Hello, beautiful viewers down south throughout the cosmos. Prepare to indulge in experience and share bliss, because today I'm here to elucidate how Hasbro ruined the Marvel Legends action figure line. How does this transpire, you may ask? Well, prior to the advent of Toy Biz filing for bankruptcy, they apparently sold the license to produce action figures based on the Marvel comics to Hasbro. Hasbro began spawning Marvel Legends action figures in mid-2007. Toy Biz produced Marvel Legends action figures from 2002 to 2006. Unfortunately, the Toy Biz Marvel Legends action figures are discontinued. The Hasbro Marvel Legends action figures are shoddy in contrast to the Toy Biz Marvel Legends action figures. Let me delineate how they're shoddy. They lack the same amount of points of articulation that the Toy Biz Marvel Legends action figures had. This is a crucial issue. How, you may ask? Well, they lack articulation in their finger joints, so it's more arduous to pose them in dynamic poses. Their hands are semi-clenched together, which looks unusual and quite peculiar, since the superheroes that typically pummel their adversaries to death don't even have fully clenched fists, but rather semi-clenched hands. These heroes are not meant to wield weapons, but are relegated to semi-clenched hand pose. So it's just quite a deterrent, and it's just abysmal and appalling and abhorrent in all facets that their finger joints cannot be adjusted. Now, another issue with the Hasbro figurines is that they cost more than twice as much than the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines. When the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines were released onto retail shelves, they retailed for under $10 each. These were stupendous action figures. They came bundled with a comic book that allowed you to learn about the lore of the character that you're purchasing. They came bundled with high quality novel accessories. For instance, Ghost Rider came bundled with his motorcycle in conjunction with his chain that he utilizes to trounce his adversaries. On the other hand, Hasbro action figures are devoid of, coming bundled with stupendous high quality accessories. If you purchase a Hasbro Marvel Legends figurine today, you're lucky if you can receive a limb for a 6 to 8 inch Build-A-Figure with it. On the other hand, the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines came bundled with a limb for a 12 inches tall or taller Build-A-Figure, such as Galactus or Apocalypse or the Sentinel. The ones that did not come bundled with a limb for a giant Build-A-Figure came bundled with an accessory that was high quality, and that was a paradigm of perfection, since it was durable, it had excellent textures, it had quality shading, and it had appealing aesthetics to it. Now, in conjunction with the accessory issue associated with the Hasbro Marvel Legends, their designs are also not as visually appealing, not as aesthetically appealing as the designs for the Toy Biz Marvel Legends. I think that the Toy Biz Marvel Legends are just flawless in all facets. I think that their shading is superior, their textures are superior, their muscle tones are superior, their sculpts are superior, in contrast to the more than twice as expensive Hasbro Marvel Legends figurines. What else is another issue besides the aesthetics, besides the lack of high quality accessories coming bundled with the Hasbro Marvel Legends figurines, and besides the hefty price points that Hasbro Marvel Legends command amid being released into the retail stores? Well, the Hasbro Marvel Legends have primarily been of reproduced characters. Why would you pay more than twice as much for an inferior version of a figurine that you already possess? It's just an asinine decision to repurchase another variant of a figurine that is inferior to the one that you have already procured years ago that has more points of articulation than the modern day version of this figurine that Hasbro churns out. So overall, for the price they command, they're relatively shoddy when you contrast them to other figurines that retail for at least $20 or more. I would have loved if the Hasbro figurines had articulation in their finger joints and had overall more articulation. I would have loved to see them come bundled with a limb for action figure that's at least 12 inches tall. It would have also been excellent if they could come bundled with a comic book in conjunction with other accessories that are novel, high quality, and entice me to want to purchase the figurine for twice as much or more than the price the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines retailed for. So overall, I'm just relatively agitated that Toy Biz has filed for bankruptcy and that they've relinquished their license to Hasbro. I would have preferred if Namco, Bandai, or NECA, or Mattel, or practically any other toy producer churned out Marvel Legends figurines, with the caveat of Playmate Toys and Hasbro. I probably would have preferred if nearly any corporation were to continue the Marvel Legends action figure line. Playmate Toys also cuts costs. Toy Biz unequivocally spared no expenses when churning out Marvel Legends figurines. They typically have 32 points of articulation. They can be bundled with a comic book, a high quality accessory. The shading, the aesthetics were stupendous. The characters had visual fidelity to the Marvel comic books. Their appearances emulated their appearances in the Marvel comic books. The ones produced by Hasbro are at best mediocre, but for the price you're paying, I would deem them to be relatively shoddy. Because when I relinquish $20 out of my finite monetary assets to a corporation, I expect them to deliver a high quality, remarkable, extraordinary, novel, state-of-the-art product. I did not want to settle for insipid mediocrity, but Hasbro has plunged the standard that was set forth by Toy Biz for the Marvel Legends action figure line. Toy Biz transcended my expectations. Out of a corporation in all facets, they gave you tremendous value for your dollar. The Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines have more intrinsic value than the Hasbro Marvel Legends figurines. Even today, they could easily sell for quadruple of their initial retail value. However, I doubt that the Hasbro Marvel Legends figurines will command $80 or more, or even $60 or more in the pending future. Hopefully one day I'll be able to produce my own Marvel Legends figurines if 3D printers ever become mainstream and affordable, and if avid action figure collectors and devout Marvel Universe fans ever become eligible to print out their own action figures. Who knows if corporations will be willing to sell the licenses to consumers in order to manufacture action figures from their own abode. I have no idea what will transpire in the future. The future is an enigma. The future is unforeseeable. The future is precarious. The future is obscure. The future is unknown. So, I yearn to possess all the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines. I hope that Hasbro can remedy this issue. I hope that they can add more points of articulation. I hope that they can produce better sculpts of figurines that are pending release. I hope that their figurines can have better paint applications. I hope that they could come bundled with more accessories. I hope that their Build-A-Figures cannot stand 6 to 8 inches tall, but instead tower over other figures within the set and stand at least 1 foot tall, if not 16 inches tall. And I hope that the price of Hasbro Marvel Legends figurines plunges to $8 or less, because blatantly speaking, I feel as though they're not worth more than $7, especially when you compare them to the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines that commanded retail prices significantly less than the retail prices of Hasbro Marvel Legends figurines. So, I hope that Hasbro can rectify the issue. They'll probably neglect to witness this video. They'll probably abstain from heeding my word. But it's not the end of the world. At least it allows me to allocate more money towards amplifying my statue collection rather than deplete my finite monetary resources on more hunks of plastic in the form of action figures. I just hope that changes can be implemented. I did not want the quality of the Marvel Legends figurines to further diminish. If anything, I want them to surpass my expectations, or at least be on par with the quality of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines. So, those are my gripes about the situation. It's out of my control. There's nothing I can do. I do not own the license to produce my own Marvel Legends action figures. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. It's a calamity. But at least there are stellar, high-quality Marvel Legends action figures out there for you to acquire, which can be purchased via eBay on the second-hand market. So if you're looking to build up your prodigious Marvel Legends action figure collection, then opt to purchase them via eBay or Amazon. You could potentially trade with other collectors, and if you're not adamant about purchasing used figures for premium prices on the second-hand market, then you could allocate your money elsewhere when you purchase in video games or statues or any other amenities that augment your life. I also detest the packaging for the Hasbro Marvel Legends figurines. I love the transparent packaging for the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines. That was not comprised of cardboard on the exterior, and that flaunted the figurines and their corresponding accessories amid being displayed on store shelves. I recollect that the figurines were engulfed in plastic. But yet again, I need to stop harping on negativity, stop reminiscing about the past, and move on with my life. In my opinion, Hasbro ravaged the Marvel Legends action figure line. The series could have ascended to greater heights. However, it just has diminished in all facets. The prices are more than twice as high than the retail prices for Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines. In conjunction with the hefty prices, the quality is seemingly inferior. They lack as many points of articulation that the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines had. They don't come bundled with extremely high quality accessories. The Build-A-Figures that you can assemble if you purchase a modern day Hasbro Marvel Legends action figure set are relatively small in contrast to the Build-A-Figures that came bundled with various Toy Biz Marvel Legends. So it's just relatively disappointing. I need to stop being redundant and move on. That's it, I'm done ranting and raving and pontificating. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.